Hello, I am Coach Coleman here at Better Use Solutions. May you take a time to explain who you are and what you have to offer?
My name is Emma Page. I'm a hairstylist. I've been in the business for a long, long time at this point. Um, and also a big proponent of like mental health and working on pursuing a career in the psychology field, and sort of took those two passions and smashed them together and wrote a
Mhm.
book called Cut the Trauma.
Okay,
And it's a bite-sized guide to hacking the soft skills is the subtitle, and it is a super short, easy read for anyone who works with people.
that's good to know. And I love that you said a super easy to read because some people, we read text messages, we read Instagram, we read social media, but when it comes to novels, we struggle.
I'll, I'll be honest, I was insecure about the length. Like I'm a book nerd. I was insecure that it was too short, and I had a couple people like test read, and they were like, "No, I
No.
loved it. I could
Mhm.
like when you read a book, you take away five nuggets anyways. This is just the
Right,
nuggets. Like that's super
right.
straightforward." And I was like, "Okay, if people like it, I guess I'm just gonna run with it."
Of course, and I love promoting those type of readings because it's easier to promote individuals. It grabs their attention, and then guess what? They want more. So then, when's your next novel going to come out? Is it going to be a series? And they just want more, and I think it leaves a good space for yourself as well, so you could be more creative throughout your process and your journey. So I love that you made it a short read. And I'm pretty sure it has a lot of gems, a lot of knowledge.
I was, I think, most surprised because, like, I wrote it with hairstylists in mind, uh, and kind of about juggling like the responsibilities that we have. Because at the end of the day, I think that anyone who works with the public, like, we're all mental health care providers. Like, it's a thing.
Right. Yeah.
We are, we are dealing with people, and people have feelings and messy lives, and sometimes, like, especially post COVID, like, we're the only people they talk to.
Mhm.
And I've heard it from personal trainers, realtors, like all sorts of other not mental health fields that like, oh
Mhm.
yeah, we're therapists too.
No, I
Um,
agree. Because when you think about it in a way, when you go get your hair done, get your nails done, that's self-care, right? So
mhm,
that's your moment of getting away from all the
mhm.
chaos or whatever is bothering you. And guess what? You only have that one person who's doing your hair to talk to, or that one person who's doing your nails to talk to. So you guys kinda get all of that stress released onto your lap.
Oh yeah. And it's equally about like juggling that obligation because I do think like, that's kind of it's part of the job when you work with people, and also taking care of yourself in the process because that's so important. And I know I've been
Mhm.
guilty of dropping that ball a lot in my career. But yeah, I was really surprised that my test readers that were not stylists were like, "Oh no, this is totally applicable." And I was like, "Really? Okay, all right. I guess that's cool too."
It's funny how things work out. What's meant to be will be, and depending on it sounds like your word choice must have been very appealing and very easy to understand and relate to, very relatable, for others who's not in the field to still understand and relate and say it's great, and it sounds like they may even want more.
Yeah. Long term, eventually, maybe I'll make like a course or do a mentorship out of it. When things calm down a little, is kind of the goal. Um, it was kind of one of those like passion projects where I had some free time and I sat down, and I mean, I think I wrote it in like a week. Like it really was. I just like locked myself in my bedroom and like click clacked away until it was like done.
Those are the best moments, the unplanned.
Mhm.
And, so and I also noticed where can we find these books? Is it on Amazon or on your website? How can we purchase?
Yep, it is on Amazon, both in print and ebook format.
Okay.
If you search "Cut the Trauma" and Emma Page, it should be the only one that shows up. And it is, I think it's 4.99 for the ebook and 9.99 for the print copy. Um, just because I wanted it to be accessible, so I thought about doing like private printing, but at the end of the day, Amazon is so much more accessible and easier for people to get a hold of, and you can pick your format. And
Mhm.
I don't, I think that giving somebody a tool and then they have to like jump through hoops to get the tool didn't make any sense. So I wanted it to be
Right.
super accessible, super easy to reach for anyone.
That's cool. That's cool.
Yeah.
Um, I like the simplicity of everything. It sounds like even from the beginning of writing the novel until even making it accessible and affordable to everyone. So I think you're on the right page, on the right path. Hopefully our audience tunes in, and just in case they want to follow you and get more insight about you, do you have social media platforms for your followers to follow you, or a website or something else for them to just stay in touch, keep updated with what you have going on?
I do. So most of them are going to be Verdandi Salon. Uh, and it's at Verdandi Salon on Instagram. It's verdandisalon.com. Verdandi is how that's spelled because I know nobody knows. It's a weird word. Um, and I think, yeah, just to answer the question, I always get asked, everyone always asks, like, where the heck did that come from? Like, it's a weird word. It's
Mhm.
actually a Norse mythological entity. So she is basically like the goddess who presides over the present. And one of my favorite quotes is to do as much good as you can with what you have now, and the rest is history. Like I
I
try
love
to
it.
live by that. Like that is my founding business principle. Like how much good can I do with what I have? That's like that's what I'm going to try and hit is whatever that limit is. Um, because I don't think we have to wait for life to be perfect to start doing good.
You are correct. Because if that was the case, we'll be waiting forever. Life is never perfect. We come across obstacles how many times in one day? Um, and you can't just sit there and pout about it, or you're just gonna keep going downhill from there. You have to, like you said, just work with what you have. Do your best. You have to be optimistical and think about the good things that can occur in a bad situation, because sometimes we kind of get lost in all of that badness, right, in the storm.
Mhm.
So yes, I agree with your quote. I love it.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I'm a big silver lining person. Like there's always, even in the worst of days, worst of times, and I've seen my fair share of my fair share of dark. I'll save the long sob story, but like I also wouldn't be who I am if I hadn't. And, wouldn't have my kid, I wouldn't have my business. Like it I'm not religious, but a lot of Christian people say, God has a plan and he always has a reason. And like I still kind of live by that, like nothing happens by
Mhm.
accident.
Yes, yes, you hit a nerve for me. I do not believe in coincidence anymore. At first, in my younger days, like, oh, that was luck, or oh, that was a coincidence. And I'm like, no, no such thing anymore. That happened because it had to happen. It was supposed to happen. It wasn't just luck, it was meant to be.
Mhm.
Um, you weren't there at that time on at that particular day by chance. Like, those things happen for a reason. And sometimes we don't even like the things that happen for a reason.
No.
But it leads us down a path of pretty much forcing us to do things that we may not have the courage to do, forcing us to level up. Because sometimes if life was easy, we'll never evaluate, or we'll never excel to that next level. If life was
Mhm.
so easy, right? You'll be consistent, you'll be complacent.
Yeah.
You want have that urge to want to do more because it's easy.
Oh yeah,
It's comfortable.
I'm a big fan of the concept of like growing pains and like getting comfortable being uncomfortable because all the good stuff happens when you're out of your depth. 100%, right? Like it
Mhm.
doesn't just apply to childhood, right? Like that's kind of nature
Right,
sets the precedent for everything. As you
right.
grow, it hurts. Like you remember waking up in the middle of the night as a kid and like your legs just hurt so bad you couldn't think, you couldn't sleep, you couldn't do anything.
Mhm.
Uh, I don't think that stops when we hit adulthood. Like if you want to keep growing, it's gonna hurt. It's gonna
Yeah,
hurt.
it is. Welcome to adulthood. But along the way, tools like your novel will help individuals grow because sometimes we need that guidance. And sometimes we can't talk to other people, but we can definitely read about it, you know? Um, and especially for those readers out there, those who enjoy novels, who kind of put themselves inside the novel, like as if they're another character in the story. So it
Mhm.
really helps individuals find themselves, get back on track, guide them through whatever it is they're experiencing, or just learn more knowledge. So,
Yeah, it's
yes.
definitely more in the self-help category than like a novel, because I'm definitely
Hmm.
that person who gets lost in characters too. But this
Hmm.
is it's it's a book that it took a lot of self-reflection on my part, and it kind of asks the reader to pick up the mirror and look at themselves in
Right.
ways that might be a little uncomfortable. Ask a little bit more of them. Uh, it's definitely in that category of like self-help reflective prompting.
That's great. That's great. And one more time, we can find this novel on Amazon and we can find you on social media. Um, so please go follow her, ask questions if you are interested in purchasing a novel. No stalkerish things. Just kidding. But do check out her novel on Amazon. It's affordable, so you're not losing anything.
It's a cup
And
of coffee.
thank you for being here on the show and feel free to join us at any time.
Thanks so much for reaching out.